Hello guys, it is Victoria, and I am coming at you today with a video about 6 huge mistakes women make in their sex life. Alright? So, if you want to hear about that, keep watching. If you don't, if you're my family member, just don't watch this one. But maybe you're making one of these mistakes, so I don't know, maybe you need to hear it. So, anyway, number 1. Not expecting they have a right to orgasm every time, assuming it's okay if they don't have an orgasm every time they have sex. Like, for a lot of women, this seems crazy. It's like, of course I'm not going to orgasm every time I have sex. I'm in many different Facebook groups where women discuss dating, relationships, sex, and this is so, it's so ubiquitous. Women don't think that they're gonna come every time they have sex. A guy is, obviously, like, but they don't think they have the right to. For one thing, which I'm gonna talk about in the next tip, or the next mistake, is women, they don't want to touch themselves during sex. They think it's weird. They think the guy should be able to give them an orgasm. However, vaginal orgasms are very uncommon for women. Most women need clitoral stimulation, so just expect that just a guy fucking you is going to make you come without you touching yourself. Um, it's crazy. Like, you're never going to come. And then they blame the guy. They say, oh wow, he sucked in bed and stuff. And it's like, you know what, that was kind of like, in my opinion, it's your responsibility. Your orgasm is your responsibility, all right? The other person can help you out, but in the end, it's up to you, all right? So the other thing is they get into relationships with people who don't value their orgasm. I mean, some guys are going to be like, oh my gosh, like, my goal is to make you come. My goal is to give you pleasure, and I will never stop until you finish. A lot of guys aren't like that. It's just like, one of the last guys I dated before I met my boyfriend was this guy who got so mad at me for basically wanting to have an orgasm because he just thought, oh, you just go with the flow, and if I come and you don't, that's fine. I'm like, no, it's really not fine. It's completely unfair. And most women just kind of accept this. It's just like, that's the state of things. Like, women, just enjoy what the man does, but they don't actively get what they want out of sex ever. And that's really sad to me. And I feel like women need to stand for themselves, take a stand for themselves, and expect more from, I mean, you just gotta find a guy who's on board with that. And there's a lot of them. So, number 2 mistake women make is not knowing how to give themselves an orgasm. Yeah. A lot of women, they don't masturbate a lot, and that's very bad. They need to know it like the back of their hand how to make themselves come so that during sex they can make themselves come, alright? Because there's been many a time when the guy just isn't up to the task, and you need to make sure you get your, I don't know, you get yours too. And another thing is, many women are very, very scared to touch themselves during sex. They think it's weird, they think it's gross. It's not. And yeah, it's not. And you have to be brave enough to do it. Otherwise, you might never come unless you normally have vaginal orgasms or cervical orgasms, which I've learned about. So, number 3 mistake, not knowing what their fantasies and kinks and triggers are. Like, whether it be just something physical they really like, whether it just be like what they're into sexually, not exploring their fantasies, not communicating those to the guy. I mean, yeah, like, before you can communicate to the guy to have like amazing sex, like, you have to know what you're into. And that takes some research, alright? You have to get into it. You have to become a sex nerd. You have to read erotica. You have to watch porn, maybe. You have to research fetishes, kinks. What are you into? You gotta know that. And then you can share that with your partner and he can give that to you and you can just mind guess him. Okay, so that was weird, but this whole video is weird, so what is? Um, yeah. That leads me into the fourth mistake women make, which is not talking during sex. Yeah, I've heard there's some people out there who don't like talking during sex. Like, they're weird. I don't know. I don't know, like, what's up with them. But for me, it's all about the talk. One, communicating what you like I said in the last one, like telling people what you're into, giving feedback, giving direction. Like, the guys don't know what they're doing. They're not women. They don't have women's bodies, so they're completely clueless for the most part, unless you get someone who's like super experienced. You need to give them some direction. You need to tell them what's turning you on, what you like. And so many women are so scared to do this, and I find it like heartbreaking. I'm just like, oh. Alright, and also, yeah, not talking during sex, and then also like dirty talk. They're scared to dirty talk. It's just like you just gotta go for it. Alright, you just gotta like let it out because it just makes sex like so much funner in my opinion. But like I said, I'm into verbal communication. So number 5 mistake women make. I see this all the time in the Facebook groups. Is not initiating. They'll be like, oh my gosh, and I'm so scared, like, to initiate. I don't do that. I just wait for him. I just give him, like, a subtle hint, and then I hope he initiates. Like, no, you gotta initiate. And if you don't know how to initiate, it's so much simpler than you think. Alright, here are some ways to do it. Come out in a really hot outfit. Put your hand on his leg. Sit on his lap. Start doing something sexual. Start kissing him. Okay, it's so easy. And of course guys like it. Like, this is just crazy to think guys don't like it. And if you have a guy who doesn't like when a girl initiates, like, his masculinity is so effing fragile. Like, most men out there, they're just dying to be desired because no one desires them in life. Like, women get like 1,000 compliments a day from like weird strangers on the internet. Men get 0. They're dying for women to want them, make them feel desired. So to think that you initiating is bad is crazy talk. And then finally, the 6th mistake women make to F up their sex lives. This is very controversial, but as far as I know, this is very true from what I've seen in the Facebook groups. Being on birth control. Being on birth control changes your hormones to that of a post-menopausal woman. Alright? It kind of like fucks up your whole natural fertility and sexuality, and changes your hormones to that of somebody who's not trying to get pregnant to further the human race. So it decreases your sex drive a lot. And I'm in this group on Facebook where they're all talking about how as soon as they get off birth control, their libido skyrockets. So I think a lot of women, it's really bizarre to me, they care more about letting a guy not use a condom than their own, like, sexual power and vitality. I don't understand this. Read the Fertility, Taking Charge of Your Fertility by Toni Wechsler, I think. Anyway, I'll leave it in the description below, and you don't need to be on birth control. Birth control is craziness. It's infantilizing to women when there's a very natural and very effective, more effective than birth control actually, way to track the one day a month where you release an egg, rather than, and the one day a month you can actually get pregnant, rather than stopping yourself from getting pregnant every single day of the month. It's not necessary. There's only one day a month you can get pregnant, although there is a window. And no, this is not like the rhythm method. It is much more technical than that. It takes confirming with 3 different fertility signals or indicators. So anyway, read the book. Don't just try to do the rhythm method or whatever, because that's completely different. Anyway, those are 6 mistakes women make, and it's really bad, girls. So ask me any questions you have about this, and I will talk to you guys later. And please comment down below if you have any others, or you have any pushback, hate that you want to give. I will accept it. It's one of my goals to practice getting hate, so bring it on. Thanks, and bye.